Um, once, if you are a victim of abuse, if you're a victim of narcissism, a narcissist, or if you're a victim of um, borderline personality disorder, I want you to understand that you're not alone. You may not know what all of these are. There's a lot of There's a lot of little tools that the abuser uses in order to. They gaslight you. They use reactive abuse, violence, anger. Most of the narcissists do not use violence. But I just wanted to share with you, if you are a victim, please get therapy. Please get some help. The difficult part about being a victim is that you are in love with this person. You do love and you care for this person, and they refuse to get any help whatsoever. They refuse to see that there's anything wrong with them, and they more than likely will never ever get help. And it's so sad to say, but I have heard this. I'm speaking from what I've heard from other professionals. I've heard this from victims. I have heard this from two people that admitted of being personality disorder and a narcissist. Two. And I have heard this across the board, from one side to the other, from professionals, from victims. I have heard this time and time again, that it's just a matter of time before you leave. That person will refuse to get help as long as you stay, because you are aiding in their actions, in their behavior. As long as you stay as their victim, they're allowed to be this way. They will continue. But if they have no one to do that to, they will probably never see that they need to get help. The sad ones are the ones that go from relationship to relationship, and they will continue to do this. And because they just find a new victim and never truly seek the help, never do self-reflection and look within themselves. Or they have children and they do it to their children, not knowing or not realizing that they're doing it, and they do that to their children, and their children become a lifetime punching bag. And it's always in little micro sessions for the child. The child never gets it as bad as the spouse or the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the husband or the wife, because the child is more vulnerable, and the abuser understands that. So they get in these little micro sessions, and that is probably more detrimental, because over time the child is like one little punch at a time, and you've desensitized this child from these small little jabs for their internal psychologically, and they have been desensitized to the experience. And those ones are the ones that are really, really sad victims, because then it is a way of life to be treated that way. And then when they grow up, the other person that they seek out will be a full-blown abuser in all different areas, and they will be desensitized to the abuse, and then they will take it all their lives. That child of the person who never got the help. And those are the ones that I'm really, really concerned about, the children. I wouldn't want that for my own child. I wouldn't want that for anyone's child. But if this video is to share with you that I myself in many cases, and I've sought help for it. And now that I've gained more knowledge and love and understanding for myself and for the abuser and for myself as a victim, now I understand why and how this whole situation works. And not that I want to stay, but I also, in a sense, I want the other person to just, I want them to have even if it's just a little bit of help, like something, but that's the thing, like we're always in the hopes that something will be moved within them to be a better person, and they never get to that point. And I wish that for all abusers, that they will seek some help. If you're an abuser, that you will seek some help, because these victims, you're doing long-term damage, and it's not just to the punching bag partner that you have. You're doing long-term damage to coworkers, family, children, relatives, and it is constant, and it's never ending. It's long-term damage. And for these abusers to not get any help, and knowing that they're not going to get the help, they refuse to get any help. They don't want to. They will never think that they need help. Impossible. They're perfect, right? And for you abusers, we are victims of the reaction, of the reactive abuse. You react and you become violent, mad, because you're mad and you're sick and tired, you're fed up. Or you react and you hurt yourself, and you become a victim of suicide. You react and it comes out at work, and you become, you lose your job, and you react. You get so fed up. And I got to tell you, you victims, you need to get help and prepare yourself for the inevitable. And, love yourself, love yourself enough to not absorb the suffering and the pain by the hands of these abusers. Love yourself enough not to suffer at the hands of these abusers. And this could be, I'm sorry, ladies. Many of ladies do this now more that I see now. And if you asked me, 20 plus years ago, I would say many men do it. I would, but the times have changed, and now it's mostly women doing it. Just from my surroundings and from what I've gathered and from other professionals that I've spoken to, it doesn't matter if it comes from one gender or the other. It shouldn't be coming. And abusers, you guys need to get help. And victims, stay strong, and love yourself, and don't fall victim to the reactive abuse of these borderline personality and narcissistic mental abusers. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.